Yeah. So the deadlift is the kind of bent leg squat position.
I usually just say start from your hips, like push your hips backwards opposed to down. So that's going to look like butt backwards, knees are unlocked, and you're kind of keeping your weight in your heels, your hamstrings, and your butt muscles, while also preserving all the curves of the spine. So even if you do have like a thoracic kyphosis, as long as that's not being made worse by you lifting a weight, then it's perfectly safe. Like as long as you're loading your spine in the way that it's resting, then that's okay. So what we wouldn't want to see is if I'm trying to get low to get a weight, if I bend around my back, that's something we're trying to avoid. And that's, I mean, I'll just keep my hand on somebody's back to make sure that they're not, like I don't feel those vertebrae separate, because then I know we're getting motion at our spine. And that's one thing that's helpful to have mirrors or somebody to work out with, because it's a hard thing to really notice until your back gets really sore and you are upset, and then you just stop deadlifting because you're like, well, that hurt my back, so I'm going to quit, which is never a good experience for anyone.
What's the difference? Just kind of curious from your perspective, what's the difference between a deadlift and a squat?
Yeah, I'd say the deadlift is more hip dominant, like you're bending your hips, and then the squat is more knee and hip.
Okay, gotcha.
They both preserve spine posture, but a lot of people have trouble with a squat just if they have kind of knee issues or knee arthritis. It's usually not the first thing I jump into, especially in working with older adults. There's almost always something that we have to work around. Like when you've had your own bones for 50, 60, 70 years, I understand that they're going to be a little different than a 20-year-old version of you.
Do you believe in the mobility before stability or stability before mobility, or what's your thoughts on those?
That's a good in the weeds question, but I'll cater it to people's goals. If you're a yoga person, then we're gonna be working on like moving through your rib cage, moving through your hips, getting all the mobility that we can, especially like some arm focus for all the arm work in yoga. But if your goals are to get a strength program in the gym, I might work around your mobility deficits, because that's not necessarily a goal of theirs. Their goal is to build stronger bones. So I might like to continue with the deadlift example. Like if you're lacking that hip mobility to get down to the ground, I might put the weight on a riser, so you're not going into so we're not going to kind of push your hips too hard.
You're not going to because that could take a few sessions just to get hip mobility. I'm thinking of my dad or someone like that who definitely has some mobility issues. That can take a while just to get their mobility in place to be able to do a proper deadlift or a proper squat, proper in quotation marks. So as geriatric PTs, we really learn how to modify the movement.
Yes.